Good morning everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So what a crazy day yesterday. We did end up with a bit of a tweezer bottom. I should actually have one of those catchy titles for this video. I lost my shirt. But anyway, we did get out of the trade that we've been in for 2 days with a loss, sort of half of what my risk was. But I thought it would be a much better idea to get out of it because we didn't have any direction at that stage. But it did look like the buyer stepped in. And what's driving this at the moment, what's driving the move down is basically the federal government of the USA that is trying to control social media. So it's trying to control Facebook, Google, Amazon. Well, not so much Amazon. Amazon's an e-retailer, but platforms like Twitter and Facebook and any of the social media platforms, basically. A little bit too late, in my opinion, anyway. This should have been nipped in the bud years ago. But that's what happens when you've got older people inside government that do not understand the new technologies coming up. Anyway, so what we have at the moment is pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, a range that's forming, and we'll get to that now. There's two things that I need to keep in my chart. That's the first one. You can see it lines up with the top of the channel, so that's the first level that we need to worry about. And then there's a whole lot of levels inside here, but we'll pick up those on the lower time frames. So at this stage, it was definitely looking like an opportunity to buy, and then we sort of shot past here, and I basically exited this trade. Wasn't looking very good. Didn't need to. Would have come back. Would have been a break even. But nevertheless, I mean, that's just the way it goes. So the first level is this one that we're at the moment, and that is 39.25. So you can see prices come back. Tweezer the bottom, trend is up. It's just an extremely volatile trend at the moment. So we need to defend this area, and there's a level just a little bit lower that I've got in here as well, which is 39.21. So that's the area we need to defend. If we can defend that, then we're back in long, looking for opportunities to the upside. But the big concern that I do have as well, if I can I just want to block out the week, and let's just change that to something a little bit different. Okay, so you can see that was the previous week's high and low. So the previous week was a range. We kind of closed on top of the range. We then broke out of the range. We then came back into the range. At the moment, we are still inside the previous week's range. So this little sell-off that's happening here is to be expected during the Asian session. Low volumes, that's what they're going to be looking for. Opportunities to sell off the top of the previous week's high. So keep that in, because that's going to be playing a significant role this week. Well, the remainder of this week. Okay, so at the moment we are sideways. There's no real direction here. It's pretty much looking very similar to last week at the moment. You can see there it is. Any pullback is bought. So that's kind of what I would be looking for. But you are going to get situations like this where this pullback here, sorry, not the pullback, but this level which we had in, which was 39.25. You can see how support, and then we broke through it. We do need to find support on it again. It was quite significant last week. It was close to the top of the channel, or the range. And this week it's been come down to find support on it, broke through it, so now we do need to find support. So this is the area that we need to pay attention to. And that's 39.25 or 39.26 area, and 39.21. So you need to watch price in this area. And to be quite frank, I think you should probably wait for the US Open. I don't think much is going to happen in the European session. You'll see what I mean when we get to the DAX video. But at this stage, this is just the Asian market, which is now back online, just taking advantage of a level, and they're selling off that level. So that's the structure that we have at the moment. Look at the moving averages at the moment. We are still above the 200. Not quite a decent retest to the 200, so this thing could come a little bit further down. 39.21, but that's the area that I would expect buyers to come back in. Now, it wouldn't surprise me to see this move down back to the bottom of the channel as well. So just be prepared for that to happen as well. Anyway, for me, this is not something that I want to be trading, and even on the 15 minutes. So this kind of price action here, because at the moment it looks like it's a double top, but not really going to pay attention to that. And you can see how the moving averages was down. Remember, I'm on the 15 minute now, and we've got one crossover. We haven't really defended the 155 on the 15. So until that happens, I'm not interested in taking trades here. So what am I talking about? It is a break of 39.35, 39.36. That's the break that we're looking for. Break and retest that area. That is the last week's high. So that is the area that's going to be defended. So either we are going to try and stay below that, or we're going to move above it. So that's the level that you need to be paying attention to. Okay, so for me this morning, it's just sit back and watch, and then we'll pick this up as soon as I see us start breaking above 39.36 or 39.35 area. As soon as we start breaking above that and retesting, and our moving averages on the 15 minutes start looking up, that's going to be the entry. It will give us a pretty interesting inverse head and shoulders, double shoulder, double bottom head here, and then we've got one shoulder, possibly another shoulder forming now. So that's kind of my strategy on the S&P. I'm still looking to buy, just a little bit cautious. I don't want to get caught like I was caught yesterday with this little bit of chaos that happened here. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps you, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.